Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about what is true worship. We want to truly worship because we want that our worship should please God. So there are three things which we are going to learn today. What is true worship? Why should we worship? And who are we worshipping? So the first thing, true worship, what does it mean? True worship means valuing God above everything else. Valuing God above our problems, above our family, above our profession, name, fame, finances, above all the diseases or whatever we are suffering with. That is why Bible says, offer your sacrifice of praise. When you are not valuing anything else which is bothering you, but you're valuing God. You're putting Him at number one place, above everything. That is true worship. That is the offer of sacrifice of praise. Second thing I would like to say is, why should you worship? You have to worship Him because this is the weapon with which all the lies of this world, the lies of Satan, when he tells you that you are in trouble because God is not with you, because God is, God has given you this problem and He has forgotten you. But when you ignore all those things, you ignore all your circumstances, but you sit down and you put your trust in God and you worship Him, you surrender unto Him yourself and your circumstances. When you do hands up unto God, this is the weapon which kills, which shoots Satan and even your own negative thoughts. So you have to worship Him so that God truly knows that you love Him and you have surrendered yourself unto Him despite and in spite of your circumstances. The third thing is, when you're worshipping, sometimes we forget, whom are we worshipping? He is the sovereign God. He's the Lord of Lords. He's the King of Kings. He's a mighty God. He is so sovereign. He is sovereign. That means there is nothing above Him. He's at the topmost. There is no power. There is no ruler above Him. And He's a mighty God. And this mighty God, He loves you. Imagine knowing that a powerful person loves us. How happy we will be. How our frame of mind will change. How we will be filled with joy that this mighty person can do anything, anytime. And not only that He can do anything, anytime, but this person loves me. He never sleeps or slumber. His eyes are continuously looking at me. He loves me more than my mother. Even He knows how many hair are there on my head, which I even do not know. This fact you should never ever forget, that who God is. Another thing is that He is a holy God. This should lead us to worship Him, because holiness means that He doesn't take revenge. Things are not happening in my life because God is bitter. Sometimes we start thinking God is bitter or He has forgotten. He cannot be bitter because He is holy, and He cannot be better because He's perfect. So when you know the character of God, who He is, you will be driven to worship Him. So I hope that today, whatever situation you are in, you're going to worship Him. And when you worship Him truly, when you keep Him at number one place, and you surrender your life, and you enter His gates with thanksgiving, then there is a great divine exchange which takes place. All the things surrounding you becomes shadows in His light. And in this divine exchange, you are giving your burden to Him, and He's giving you His joy, His peace. So I pray that today, when you worship Him, you will be filled with new joy, with new love, and all the things which surround you become shadows in His light. Happy worshiping. Amen.